Once upon a time, there was an emperor who was very fond of clothes. He spent all his money on fine garments and loved showing them off to his people. He didn't care much about anything else, his soldiers, his kingdom, or even the people. All he thought about was looking splendid in his newest outfits. One day, two cunning weavers came to the emperor's palace and claimed they could make the most magnificent clothes ever seen. Not only were they beautiful, they said, but the fabric was so fine that it was invisible to anyone who was stupid or unfit for their position. The emperor, excited by the idea of having such a special garment, ordered the weavers to start working right away, paying them a large sum of money. The weavers set up looms and pretended to work, though in reality they did nothing at all. Day after day, they asked for the finest silk and gold thread, which they pocketed, while they sat at empty looms, pretending to weave the magical fabric. As time went on, the emperor became curious about his new clothes. He sent his trusted ministers to check on the progress. When the ministers arrived, they saw the empty looms but were too embarrassed to admit they couldn't see anything. Not wanting to be thought of as fools or unworthy of their positions, they praised the invisible fabric, reporting back to the emperor that the clothes were extraordinary. Soon the emperor himself wanted to see the new outfit. He visited the weavers and, like the ministers, saw nothing. But he too didn't want to appear stupid, so he praised the incredible clothes. "What beautiful fabric! What exquisite colors!" he exclaimed, though he saw nothing at all. Finally, the day came for the emperor to wear his new clothes in a grand parade through the town. The weavers pretended to dress him in the invisible garments, and the emperor proudly strutted through the streets wearing nothing at all. The townspeople, who had heard about the magical clothes, didn't dare say anything. They didn't want to be seen as foolish or unfit, so they too praised the emperor's new clothes, even though they saw nothing. However, in the crowd was a small child who, having no fear of what others thought, pointed at the emperor and cried out, "But he isn't wearing anything at all." At first the people were shocked, but soon whispers spread, and one by one, they began to realize the truth. They said the child is right. The emperor has no clothes. The emperor, realizing that he had been fooled, felt deeply embarrassed, but it was too late. He had to finish the parade, pretending as though nothing was wrong, while everyone laughed at his foolishness. Moral of the story: don't be afraid to speak the truth, even if others won't. People often go along with lies or illusions because they're afraid to stand out, but it takes courage to say what's real.